Hello.
Hi.
Hello. 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 Hey, hey, hey. Okay, that's enough to give us confidence that we're being heard. Now I'm going to do a little auto fade onto camera one. That's a 5-second fade there. Okay. And let's stop the music. Okay. Okay, we are live. I'm your host for today. I'm Xavier. It is September 27th, 2025. The camera's over there. Welcome to Radio Axiom Presents 64. And today we're talking with two local Palestine activists, Palestine Pals and Sasha Miller. Palestine Pals is very active on social media and out in the real world. Sasha Miller is also very active on social media and out in the real world, but in North County. And it is there that she has thrown her kafaya into the ring and is running for District 5, and is running for the District 5 seat for county supervisor. This is a big deal because right now Jim Desmond has a strong hold on that part of San Diego, which is a pretty vast amount of land. We'll get to know Sasha Miller later in the show. Right now, we're going to kick off the show with Palestine Pals.
Palestine Pals.
Palestine Pals, and I can't speak to help myself today. How are you?
Hi.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
I'm okay. You know, I'm alive.
Mm-hmm. Just hold on a sec. I gotta put a better graphic in behind you.
Okay. Yeah, let's put
Boom. There we go.
What is it? What'd you put? Oh.
I put the logo.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's almost been 2 years, number one. Let me go to a 2 shot here. I think the first time we met was when you did the Shroud project.
Yeah, Shroud Memorial, Martyr Memorial.
Right. That was at the county administration building.
Yeah, that was beginning of December. Insane. That was when the numbers, that was December 2023, when the numbers of children killed, murdered by Israel, terrorist forces was around 3,000. And at that point, my mind was blown. Now the numbers are hundreds of thousands of children, not just not even the parents and the grandparents and everyone else. Yeah, that was the first time we met. We met through a mutual friend, and I came and met you here for the first time, and I thought that I was going to be abducted. Because
it was a scary time, yeah.
It was so, I was just coming by myself. But he ended up
coming down here.
I came down here and, we talked about using Faraday bags.
Right.
Because that was my first dipping my toes in, activism. And, yeah. And then you came out and you helped take video of that first art installation. We've done it since then, maybe 15 plus times around San Diego. Just a reminder that you don't get to ignore what's happening to people in a different part of the world while you sip your mimosa.
Right.
That was a long answer.
So what was it like that first time? I remember looking at the scene there at the county. It was pretty striking seeing all those white. Even though you knew they were fake, it was still pretty iconic.
Yeah. So what we're talking about is that we gathered the community, and community members made replica of shrouds, white shrouded bodies, because before being buried, Palestinians wrap their loved ones in white shrouds, white like sheet. So we made 500-ish plus shrouds, but this was depicting children. And each shroud was to represented 20 children, so it was like the 500 shrouds that were placed on the ground was to depict the thousands of children. Yeah, it was a very raw. I think the community, we just needed, we're used to the traditional means of protests, rallies, marching, and so this was a new form of protest I wanted to try out, and really just move and shake people in a different way.
Yeah, it's I think it's up there in like not really performance art, but artivism. In a way.
Yeah. Yeah, and the first time we were joking about it earlier, I thought what we were doing was like super like illegal and we were breaking laws. It was actually, come to find out, completely within our First Amendment right to free speech,
Right.
in the form of art expression. But let's see how long we have that. It feels like whatever lingering freedoms and rights that we have are being stripped away day by day.
Yeah. So I have a question.
Yeah.
When you were doing those things, what were you trying? What was it like a call to action, or just trying to get people to pay attention? What were you hoping for when people were looking, or if they saw what you created there?
Yeah, there's a few things. The first thing was just to cut through the propaganda and the media bias and connect, because of the immense dehumanization of Palestinians. People here in the States and in a lot of Western countries view us as like our lives are not equal. That it's okay that 300,000 children can be blown up, and we can just continue on and go get brunch with our girlfriends because they're not real humans. So one is to humanize the people. Two is to cut through the bias of the news doesn't even report the realities of what is happening. And I now see that with what happened in Iraq and Afghanistan. 1 million Iraqi civilians were fucking murdered by the United States. And I just barely realized that in the last 2 years. I don't think the American public, no one really realized the magnitude then. And that was because of state-controlled media. And so it's really to cut through the censorship. Two, it's to really shock people into grasping the magnitude of the horrors happening. And then three, call to action. We try to pass out flyers with calls to action for people. Some of them being boycott. Unfortunately, our money is what drives change. How we spend our money, what we do with it, can cripple those in power. We just saw that with Jimmy Kimmel.
Right.
It took
The
4
Disney
days.
cancellations went up high.
Yeah, Apple, or I'm sorry, not fuck Apple too. But Disney saw how bad their wallets were hurt with the boycott, with taking Jimmy Kimmel, suspending or canceling his show. So that was one action for people. Another action is to just speak about it. Just it's not a dirty word to say Palestine. I think that was a lot of people have felt like they can't speak about it. But I think it's just demystifying and getting people used to talking about this. That was another goal of the Shroud Memorial, Martyr Memorial.
So how are things now? Do you think, what you were trying to do back then, do you think, any part of it, had an effect on people?
How are things now with that one action, or just
No,
the
just
state of the
how,
world?
if you could compare today with 2 years ago, does it seem any different, or do people just have a lot of apathy or empathy?
Tides are definitely turning.
Mm-hmm.
If we're talking about the perception and the view of Palestinian liberation and suffering and occupation and apartheid and the genocide, definitely get more people, like random people will walk up and say, thank you for doing this. Mm-hmm. A couple weekends back, some lady pulled up and started berating me, like belittling me, saying like, how dare you do this in America? One, like, you should be fucking glad that people are protesting. That means you still live in a democracy. That means you live in a free country. So, like, reminder, when you want to criticize people for saying something you don't like, be thankful because you still have the ability to do that. That is what a democracy is. But I didn't say shit. And then all of these other...
Doing?
I was just standing. I was standing next to the memorial, and this lady pulled up and just started yelling, or like just talking shit to me. And then all these other, I would say white women that I expected to just be like, oh, whatever, came to my defense, and they're like, drive off, drive off. And I was like, fuck yeah, like, this is what's up. Like, I didn't have to do anything. Like, human beings who have no connection to this came and had my back. And so that's an indicator. That was an indicator that, I think more people care. They're not going to allow nasty ass people doing nasty ass things. So yeah, but I mean, on a global viewpoint, things have changed. Mm-hmm. I could list them all off, but it's hard. I slip in and out of hopelessness. Mm-hmm. But those actions, I do that to remind myself of the goodness of human beings. And like for that interaction with those people who just came up, I'd never seen them before. They came up and had my back. It was a reminder that people are good. Mm. We're just, it's easy to go the wrong way with state-controlled media and the propaganda and society. We have to push ourselves to be good. It's as simple as that. We have to push each other to be kind and be good and stand up and say, no, like, we can't be silent in the face of this. Because that will come back. It's going to come to us. Mm-hmm. One day the United States will not be a world superpower. And when these atrocities these bombs come falling on our land, like, we're going to want other people to stand up and say, no, that's wrong. So that's what I have for you. It's a somber Saturday night. We'll pick it up. We'll get it back.
Yeah, let's talk about the, what do you guys call it? The lawn party, or the thing that you did at Balboa Park where I helped out with some video.
Oh, yeah. I can't take credit for it, but I can speak to, I just take part in dancing with the Dupke group. Mm-hmm. So that was the House of Palestine lawn program. Mm-hmm. I am not affiliated with the House of Palestine at all. I do not represent House of Palestine. Mm-hmm. I have to say that because, unfortunately, House of Palestine gets a lot of hate from certain community members that don't like the existence of Palestinians. Mm-hmm. And so they are absolutely a cultural organization. Mm-hmm. And I just want to make that clear that, I do artivism, and I don't want anything to blow back and say, oh, that she's with the House of Palestine. I'm not. Isn't that unfortunate? some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was the House of Palestine lawn program. All of the cottages in San Diego, all of the houses there. I don't know how many houses there are, but they're part of the International Cottages in Balboa Park, and each of them have a certain weekend throughout the year that they get to do a lawn program to share their culture and heritage and all that fancy stuff. And so, yeah, this year was the House of Palestine's been around for more than 20 years. So I don't know, it's like the 22nd lawn program. Yeah, just we had performances and food and vendors and community.
And food.
And food, the most important, and community. That's the number one, community. Bringing people together to keep us going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really enjoyed, just doing the little bit that I did. But more than anything, it was the food and the music and the dancing. Especially the dancing at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been dancing been doing traditional Palestinian dance called dabke for 12 plus years. My knees hurt. I don't know how many years I have left in me.
So when was that? In April?
That was April this year.
Okay. And then shortly after that, so the next event that I associate you with is the big conference you went to
Oh, yeah.
in Michigan or Detroit?
Detroit, yeah. People's Conference for Palestine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Let's hear about that. Let's get your what do you call it? Your report back.
My report back.
Yeah,
It was a dope-ass conference. It felt pivotal in the sense that it was 4,000 plus people from across the nation that are doing, their own levels of activism and organizing and mobilizing, coming together to just figure out how to continue the movement for Palestinian liberation. Best practices, learn from those doing all various types of mobilizations and organizing in their own respective cities. And then we got to learn, what is everyone doing? What has worked well? What has not worked well? What are the major themes to focus on? A couple of them being AIPAC out of politics. Yeah.
That's a dream.
What the fuck?
Right?
Why? It's crazy because all these things, my entire life, growing up, grew up very Palestinian. And my entire life, up until 33, very much assimilated. I played the game, code switched, never acknowledged my Palestinianness, my identity, in the workplace, because of the propaganda and the dehumanization and the ability of those in power to be it was saying Palestine, that I'm Palestinian. I don't know why, but automatically in people's brains, it was I'm Palestinian. I'm an anti-Semite. It was that's what it felt like. And then finally, it was no, fuck that. Fuck you and your DI bullshit. Fuck that. I'm a human being. I'm Palestinian, and I'm going to be loud as fuck and proud about it. And if you don't like that, you're a fucking racist. Okay, I'm getting side tangent. Okay, back to AIPAC. So, all these things have been in my brain of all the fronts where Israel is doing all the things to keep Palestinian liberation from happening. Why we're in this situation. So it's interesting to see finally, okay, we're AIPAC out, and out of politics, meaning if elected officials, you can hear me still?
Oh, let me see.
Is that my cue to stop? Did I go too far?
She's talking about AIPAC.
Silence.
Cut the mics.
I don't know why,
Okay.
but you're still there.
It's Israel. I blame Israel. They're listening. Oh, my phone's too close. Should have put
Oh,
that.
let me check something real quick.
Oh. It's my cue to take a drink.
Might be the antennas.
Ooh. How am I doing?
You're doing good.
Yeah? Okay, good.
Yeah, really
I can
appreciate.
talk and talk.
Yeah, I was gonna ask a question. What was it? APAC. Oh, I guess it's more like a note, and other people commented on it, and that is the fact that the day that the United Nations finally called it a genocide, finally, you know, 250 Congress people were in fucking Israel.
It was so weird, and like the image I saw was like 50 states, one Israel. It's just like
Gross.
I just wish people here would just see it. Like, do they not see it? Like, my questions are like, do you not see it, or do you see it and you don't understand it, or do you see it and you're like, oh, whatever. Bless Israel. Like, do you not see, like, that is your Social Security. That is your high-speed rail. That's your maternity leave. Like, all these fucking things that we should be having paid with our tax dollars are just fucking being sent abroad. So I just wish people would, like, realize this. Like, we are entitled to so much more as an Americans, as taxpayers. So yeah, just that campaign is APAC out, like getting people to realize this. Like, we need people in elected positions working for the people, not for Israel, not for foreign governments. A couple other big things is just keeping people focused on Gaza being the compass. Like, that's our North Star. Reminding people it's not about your ego, it's not about you, it's not about it's not about your feelings. It's about the people on the ground there. Like, continue to have that guide you. Another thing was full arms embargo on Israel, because they're not able to do this without us and the U.S., being the U.S., funding it with money and weapons and tanks and bombs and jets. So those were the big things. And there were like breakout sessions, like the couple things that were really interesting, like in the Bay Area, there's a group that's working on apartheid-free zones, so working with businesses to like...
Oh, in the Bay Area?
Yeah, in the Bay Area.
Okay.
And, but like also being clever about it, because like you're taking away, for a business owner, you're asking them to de-shelve. So like the way that they did it was reshelving with alternative products, and then making sure that business owner knew that the community would come and still purchase. So like you can't just...
So like removing Coca-Cola
yeah.
from your fridge
Yeah.
and replacing it with something else.
And then guaranteeing that, like, because business owners, and we've seen it here in San Diego, they're not going to de-shelf products because they're not going to, like I said at the beginning, it's the money that talks. Business owners aren't going to do it if they're going to lose money. So as organizers, it's like, okay, like, we guarantee if you de-shelve this, like, here's another product, and we guarantee the community is going to come support you. So just making it worthwhile for business owners, that was interesting. Another thing was utilizing creative means to continue the message, isolating Zionism. In Hollywood, there's so much propaganda that's like little bits and pieces here and there in all of our media. So it's like we're catching up and trying to do the same thing. But very cool. It's very cool. It's very cool to see all the people that we see on our social media feeds.
I have a video from your Instagram that we can play of this guy.
What did I want to see? Oh yeah.
Let's might have.
He
to
was
start.
very cool. He was very much about the message, about the
I guess the audio. Oh, here we go. Got to unmute it.
It guided me in the refugee camp where I grew up. Growing up in a Palestinian refugee camp in Syria, where you are surrounded by the injustices, you see firsthand the struggle of your people. You see it.
I'm going to start over.
This is our moral duty to speak up in a time of genocide. Palestine is the compass. But here's the thing. What does it mean? It cannot just be a slogan. It must guide us. How we act and how we build. It guided me in the refugee camp where I grew up. Growing up in a Palestinian refugee camp in Syria, where you are surrounded by the injustices, you see firsthand the struggle of your people. You see it in the eyes of your mother when she's asking neighbors for money to get by through the rest of the month. You see it in your neighbors, you see it in your grandparents' voices when they talk about their life in Tiberias, in Palestine. You see it in your brothers who are struggling to get a visa to travel. But also, you see it in yourself, a young boy watching your people massacred on TV. Every conversation in the camp was about survival, but also about dignity, where every children understood, when even children understood that our lives were tied to something bigger than us. And when I got detained, I had few options. One, to remain silent and just wish that the system may vindicate me. Another option is to focus on my case, to focus on my family, and appeal to the people's emotions.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Thanks for going there. Is that your first time?
Yeah,
Right on.
yeah. I don't know.
Why didn't you tell me? I would have not. Just kidding.
There's certain things where I'm just like, I feel called to do this. I'm doing it, and I just do it. Some things I have to think more about. It just felt like, I was figured I'm gonna be doing this for a long time, activism, and wanted to be a part of something and learn how to do it well. Because that's the Palestinian in me. I want to be exceptional and excel at everything I'm doing. But yeah, the cool thing is that all the plenaries, all of the main sessions were, they're all recorded and anybody can go watch them.
Okay.
Breakthrough News covered the whole conference. It was so well put together. I was just so impressed because Arabs, sometimes, we start late and, but this was just like so well done. I was so impressed. Like it was so just high quality. Everything was so good. The speakers, the quality of the video recording, the breakout sessions. This was done by Palestinian Youth Movement as the main organizers of the conference. They did such a great job.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. We're gonna invite you back, but I think it's time now to invite Sasha. To
Yeah,
come
let's do it. Yay!
Hand off the baton.
You are from Palestine?
From the river to the sea.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. This one?
Yes. Thank you so much. First of all, thank you so much for coming down here on such a short notice.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Right on. And we got to talk earlier I think it was last Sunday. It was like almost immediately after after I saw your Instagram
Mm-hmm.
thing
Yeah, I
post,
think about 10.
I was like, who the fuck is this? I
It
just
was
hit you
about
up.
10 days ago. I announced I don't have a political background. I'm a public health professional, have been for 10 years. I'm a mom, a Palestine activist and community organizer, and I have just reached the point where I have to try. I gotta throw my kafia in the ring. I think we have a winning platform based on dignity and common sense, and really importantly, I'm running independent. And that's really important to me because Republicans and Democrats are on the same team. They pin us against each other and then vote for each other's bills. Nothing ever changes. No one ever makes a difference. And so I'm coming into this race leaving behind party politics, party voting traditions, and bringing my public health experience.
Getting involved in politics, is this something you ever imagine yourself doing when you were growing up, or even like last year or 2 years ago?
I've never seen it for myself, and as corny as it sounds, I've always had a servant's heart. It makes me happy to help people. I want to help people. I want to make the world a beautiful place. And I just had a son. Well, 19 months ago, I had my baby boy, and I went through a horrible postpartum depression. Just, it rocked my world. And I was rebirthed through the ashes. And when I came out of it, he was born in February 2024, so shortly after October 7th, 2023. And as it became comfortable leaving him at home with his dad and with my family, I started joining FUDWA and Ciders for Palestine, Code Pink San Diego, and we have done some major actions. We've done countless banner drops. I don't even tell them apart anymore. And it wasn't until recently, I think in our group, we've been talking about, well, we just need somebody to run, like somebody, people to at least try. And I figured, well, I have the paper resume. Are we good? Oh.
No, sorry.
I have the paper resume. I taught at Cal State San Marcos for 5 years in their graduate public health department. I taught things like community health and education, social and behavioral determinants of health, and introduction to epidemiology. That's my specialty. And I currently work for the California Department of Public Health, and I spent about 4.5 years up at Indian Health Council serving the 9 tribes of northern San Diego County.
So how did you get into public health? Was this something that you were interested in as you were growing up, or so?
I went to college, and
You went to BU.
I went to BU, to Boston University, and I had been very blessed in my youth to travel. So I really had an interest in different cultures and places. So when I got to college, I decided, I'll do international relations for my undergraduate degree. And then I think it just sort of bled into public health, and there was a advanced Master Public Health program that was offered, so I decided to do that. I went to Kenya for about 2 months as a grad student, and it just solidified my love of public health as a way that I could help people, I could be immersed in different cultures, travel, so, and I love it. I love public health.
So you didn't skip a beat. You went straight from bachelor's straight into a master's program? And
Yep, bachelor's to master's
you haven't stopped.
to working. No, I haven't stopped, but
It's pretty amazing.
we're hard workers in my family. And I have been taught to just always grind and push through, but now I'm really starting to prioritize what I need to focus my attention on. And that's family, and for right now, this campaign, and of course my regular work. But
So when you win, who do you see as your allies in the within the County Board of Supervisors?
So there are 3 women currently on the board, and they are all endorsed by the Working Families Party. And I'm actually,
Working Families Party.
yes,
Okay.
there's a Working Families Party.
All right.
All women that are Democrats. And I feel that I have a lot of shared common interests with them. I believe a couple of them have families. I also have a family now. Jim Desmond will probably not support me. So I would say the 3 women that are currently District County Board of Supervisors. But my real passion is connecting marginalized communities and resource allocation, how we're spending our money, where we should be spending our money. And as Fadwa was saying, none of the tax dollars of Americans should be going to fund the genocide of Palestinians. We desperately need that money here. I mean, the U.S.'s average literacy level is 6th grade. That's not good.
Isn't that what Trump has?
Probably 4th grade. Flint, Michigan still has lead pipes. Like, we are giving billions of dollars to another country. Taxes hurt us all. Like, it is hard seeing a third of your paycheck leave, and it literally goes to bombing and starving children. And we need those resources here. I'm really big on homelessness in North County, and at an Oceanside City Council meeting, City Council was showing a slide that said homelessness had been reduced by 17%. But what does that mean? Were those people rehoused? Were they rehabilitated? Was there mental health services offered? And I really would like to implement in North County what Finland has done, and they've done a housing first policy and have almost completely reduced homelessness in Finland. And it's the idea that you cannot succeed in any other part of your life if you have an unstable home. And it's just the idea that everybody deserves to be housed, to feel safe at the end of the day. And once people are housed, then we can introduce mental health programming, substance abuse programming, counseling. But you have to have somewhere to lay your head at night and be safe.
Have you ever experienced that sort of, I don't know if it's, or that sort of violence of being houseless?
I've certainly been close. As an adult, I've been very privileged that I've always had somewhere to sleep. But I grew up with a single mother and never truly realized that we were on that fine line of having a home, not having a home, having what we needed, what we didn't. I didn't realize that till I was much older. And then as a young person in America trying to make it, I mean, I think we've all paid off the dollar menu with change. I have before, like just trying to get food with whatever you got. And I believe that food and housing are the basic building blocks of life that every human deserves, regardless of country of origin, legal status, education, income. You deserve to eat and have somewhere safe to sleep. That's what I believe.
So where do a lot of your beliefs or thoughts on politics or society come from?
Palestine has awakened my eyes. I really have gone through a transformation in the past 2 years, and our comrades have a banner that says, "Let Palestine liberate you," and Palestine has completely liberated my thinking. I grew up in the time where you never really heard of Palestine. You only heard of Israel. I grew up in the Christian evangelical churches, and you just hear about Israel, and that's just what it is. But Palestine has shattered this glass world that was built around me with propaganda and religion, and I don't think I could ever look away again towards the suffering that's going on. And I mean, Palestine will never be done, but once we get to a spot where we have like the mental space and capacity to address the other humanitarian crises of the world, I don't think I can ever stop. I think this is my path. I'm on my path, and inshallah, if I'm meant to be District 5 supervisor, I will be.
Have you had a chance to listen to any of the UN speeches over the last week?
I have caught snippets of it. I'm frankly disillusioned by the UN. I feel Fadwa and me and my comrades do more for Palestine than the UN has done. I feel us standing out on bridge overpasses for 3 hours is more effective than just posting an Instagram video saying the genocide is happening. But there's no action. The people that actually have the resources to do something don't do it. So I appreciate the president of Colombia going outside with protesters and taking part and talking about a civilian force.
Yeah,
and
his
he's
speech
willing
was
to
fire.
go. But I need action. I'm all about action. So let's see, UN. I mean, the closest thing we have towards a free Gaza is a civilian flotilla that finally now Greece, Italy, and Spain are like, okay, we'll protect you. But it's taken 2 years, and it's 50 civilian ships, old yachts, and, you know, tugboats headed to Gaza. But that's who my money's on, not the UN.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of the speeches that I listened to, I mean, like Colombia, Japan, Iran, and others, like countries from Africa. A lot of them are talking about the fact that the UN needs some sort of reform, some big changes. Specifically, I think the major complaint right now is the Security Council and the fact that
one vetoes.
just one veto, you know, torpedoes, you know, everything that they try to do.
And
So
I think the
hopefully
UN.
something will change. Next year they're going to be voting in a new. I forgot what the main leader title is called, but next year they're voting for somebody to replace the current person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it's been all talk up until now, and it's literally humanity and people rising up, like 300,000 people in Sydney. Like that, I don't know how our leaders can keep ignoring that. So, but back to your question, yeah, Palestine has liberated me. I don't think I can ever go back to not trying to help. And I think my public health training, I know how to help. I know how to implement interventions, measure their efficacy, look at long-term outcomes, set goals. That's Public Health 101. That's what I've taught to people.
You know, that I'm not saying that it's the same, but it reminds me of how, you know, people like Trump or other, you know, like I remember when I was a kid and I just turned 18 and Reagan was up for election. And the big talk back then, and actually I agreed with this as a teenager, was that the country should be run like a business.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just say that I don't think that way anymore, of course. But, you know, that's the way a lot of people think, is like this country is a business. And of course, that's ridiculous, you know. But I can see the big difference of like what you're talking about versus the way people think, you know, as far as running a country like a business. And can you talk more about what you mean by that? Like, is there like a specific example of something that's going on right now in the county where you would apply that sort of thinking?
Yeah, I mean, thinking about the homelessness and housing issue, if we were able to, let's say, get 100 apartments and 100 people that needed housing, and we provided them with housing, and we provided mental health counseling, we provided substance abuse, we provided work training, and we came up with all of these different interventions we could provide to these individuals. Then let's say at 6 months, we can measure, we do pre-post assessments, measure their self-worth, their empowerment, their ability to hold a job. If there were substance users or tobacco users, we can measure, has there been any reduction in use? Are they done using? There's tons of things that we could measure to show that housing is a viable way to end homelessness, not just to put a Band-Aid on it and ship people off somewhere else, but to end it. It's possible. Like, Finland's done it. We know how to do it. But as Americans, as you said, everything's a business, and I firmly believe that community and tribes, there's a way that to build things where there's no profit. You just build things to make the community better. And you have people, like a library. A library is not meant to make money. It's there to provide a service to the community. And for the librarian, they go to school, they get an income that's based on their qualifications, a living wage, and that's it. It's just to make things beautiful. It's just to help. And I think if we focus our resources on building programs that the goal isn't profit, it's people, like the very common people over profit, like we could actually make change happen.
Where do you stand on immigration?
I'm laughing because we were talking about this in the car. So I think it's really important to look at why people are immigrating, especially to this country, if we're talking about the U.S. specifically. It's because the U.S. has had a hand in dismantling and raping the environment, taking of resources of that person's home country so that we live our lives of convenience, and that has forced people to move to try and find a better life. And it's a really another common meme, but if I see someone bringing their child dangerous distances on a dangerous journey to protect them, who am I to say, nope, after my country has created instability in your country and you want to come find safety with your kid? And I'm like, fuck no, like we ain't got no room. I think at first we would need to address that, the U.S. imperialistic hand that's everywhere. I also believe that it's crazy to think that humans are the only animals that don't migrate. All animals migrate. It's a natural part of human evolution to migrate. So I think it's really unrealistic to tell people to stay within the borders that have been drawn by imperialistic forces and tell them, you have to stay here.
That's the message that Trump was giving during his UN speech. He's trying to get everybody to fall in step with the policies that he's trying to force down our throats over here. Where
Even
we
like
respect borders, everybody needs to be tougher with their borders and prevent migration, which is just pretty ridiculous.
And like with the Kumeyaay people that are indigenous to San Diego, there's Baja Kumeyaay, which are the
Right.
same tribal people, and it's literally the white man's hand just drawing a line in the sand and saying, you're American now, you're Mexican now, and that's it. But they're the same people. And you're just causing destruction, ripping apart families, cultures, and traditions that are far older than the United States. So I do not agree with Trump on a lot of things.
Right. So if you were, do you have like a list of things that you would, like a to-do list? Like if you got elected tomorrow and you took office the next day, is there a list of things you'd like to hit right away, or anything that the county is doing now that you would like to have a voice in?
I'm really passionate about homelessness. And I think homelessness affects U.S. citizens, it affects immigrants. especially our immigrants who now cannot go to work out of fear of ICE, and so have lost their income, their ability to buy food, to rent a home. And I agree with Finland. It all starts with having a stable home. So that would be my priority. Is safe housing for everybody, every family, and let's just start there. I mean, how can you, if a kid comes into school one day and they're tired and they're hungry and you're like, come on, you really need to do good in school. How can they do good if they come from a violent household, or they're not safe, or they don't have food where they are? And you expect so much of them, but they don't have these basic building blocks of life. So I think that's a really great start to address several different issues in North County.
So do you see yourself as like a career politician?
Absolutely not. No. My desire is not to be like Nancy Pelosi or Jim Desmond that just get reelected and you stay in your comfy little seat. Truly, my heart's desire would be World Health Organization, refugee, public health work.
Okay.
So my goal in running for San Diego County Board of Supervisors is to make change, sustainable, impactful change, and then continue to do that hopefully globally with refugee camps, any Palestinian recovery groups. I would love to travel to Egypt, just like most of my comrades. So that's my dream as just a human, and to be a good mom and a good friend.
So before we invite back Palestine pals, do you have like a message or a call to action for people who are watching? Like something that you would like for them to take away or do?
Yeah. So I've been hearing that I need to raise millions of dollars and do all of these,
To run for office?
All of these crazy campaign.
That's right, because you got to start sending out the mailers, right?
The mailers.
You spend money on
well,
mailers.
my goal, so I need 2,000 in-district signatures by the end of March. So that's my call to action. If you are in North County, let me know, Sasha Miller, SD5. I'll get your signature.
Okay.
So that's my goal. But the call to action is we are stronger and more powerful, and there's more of us than them. Like, we can do this. I truly believe with my team of comrades that I've been with and have truly become my best friends, I think that we can do this. I think if you just get involved, you dedicate an hour on the weekends to come out and help any local advocacy group. Just an hour on a Saturday, that makes change. Sitting at home, reposting things, that's not gonna get us there. We need people in the streets. And I really encourage everybody to boycott. Boycott is the literal, easiest, simplest thing you can do. There's lists online, Chevron, for Palestine, AM/PM for ICE. Yeah, AM/PM fills up ICE vehicles. So I don't go to any of those. There are lists online. San Diego BDS has a great Instagram page that lists all of the BDS opportunities. Know where your dollar is going. Even if you don't have a lot of dollars, whatever dollars you do have, know where your money is going. And as Fadwa was saying, choose an alternative product. It's all the same. You don't need a shitty $8 cup of coffee like Starbucks. Just go to your local spot instead. So boycotting is the easiest thing you can do every single day. Anybody can do.
And it's worked on Starbucks. They're closing shit down.
Worked on Starbucks, Jimmy Kimmel, Fadwa was saying, and it works, but it infuriates me when I'm talking to someone and they're holding a Starbucks cup. And they may be pro-Palestine, but they're so consciously unaware of what they're doing So we need more people boycotting, know where your money is going, who it's supporting, and that's how we're going to bring them to their knees.
Well, thank you. I
Thank
need
you.
before we get to part 3, I need to fix this camera over here that just died. So, Fadwa, you want to join us and I'll work on this camera?
Neighborhood kids, if you're watching, I want to collaborate. And I have a community steel drum band that will knock your socks off. I'm ready to go. I sent you a message on Instagram, Sasha Miller, SD5.
That'd be cool. A little concert.
I'm thinking a video like Zoran Mondami's video, but with the steel drum community band with children.
Let's do it. Make it happen. Cool, cool. My mic's off.
That's not on yet. It's still muted.
I don't know. I'm talking. Do you hear me on the mic?
I have to unmute it.
Okay.
This needs to recover some files. If you can fit both of them in there.
I can squeeze. We can get
Yeah,
close
we
to each
can.
other.
But one, we have Palestine Pals and I have a history of being.
Please call me.
No, I'm so sorry.
I am not only. It's not just me, Palestine Pals. Palestine Pals is a group.
I didn't want to throw you out there.
Oh, I appreciate it. Oh. I do need to clarify that. Because I am not. Palestine Pals is not me. I am not Palestine
You are
Pals.
the only pal.
Dude, we would not be where we are today without all the pals. We wouldn't even be a group if we didn't have the pals.
Who came up with the name?
Lily. I think. I don't know. I didn't found Palestine Pals. It was Lily.
You didn't what?
I didn't found it. I didn't. Is that correct English? I did not found it.
You would say, I'm not the founder.
I'm not the founder.
I founded it.
I was not involved in the founding.
Oh my god, I did not found it. It's late. Past my bedtime.
It's only 9:20. What are you
Oh my
talking
God.
about?
Oh man.
I did not found it.
I think it works.
Usually I'm in bed by 8:30, and that's like knocked out.
I was not the founder. All right, I'm gonna be fixated on this. I'm also fixated. I'm like, what if someone gets your video, the video of this, and they just cut to the part where it's like, I'm Palestinian, I'm an anti-Semite, and they like take it completely out of context.
Okay, let's officially start this. I was going to say this third half or this third segment. Welcome back.
Thank you.
When I was setting up this show, I don't think it even occurred to me that you guys might know each other, but of course you know each other.
Allegedly.
They say.
We may or may not have
So
done things.
So tell everybody how you guys, I guess, like the first time you guys started.
Oh.
The first time you worked with Palestine Pals, or the first time you saw Sasha out there.
Oh. I don't know if I'm comfortable revealing that.
Okay.
But
You can be.
I'm not
general.
as, I still have fear because there's some fucking crazy ass people out in this world that want to. Doxing is still very real.
I don't remember. So
It was, I think,
a march?
no. Maybe,
Banner drop.
No.
We
No?
can
No.
read lips.
No. Fud was thinking of Palestine Pals was thinking of an action, but I think I knew you a couple months before that.
Okay, something.
It's been a while. We've done
There's
quite
been
a
a
few
lot.
actions.
We've just been like out in the streets. Just feels like we've just been screaming and just doing anything to shake the people and being like, pay attention to Palestine. But I think,
same circles,
Same
same
circles.
events, same actions.
yeah.
So, what do you see happening, I guess, like in the next, I don't know, next month? Do you see, okay, so like the what's it called? The flotilla. How many more days until it lands? Like tomorrow?
Less
or-
than 7 days.
Really? Okay.
We think it was 60 nautical miles away from Gaza.
Okay.
Yeah. They're like, it's like days.
Okay.
Days.
So now we're all it's sort of like we're all holding our collective breaths on like what happens when they arrive, or will they arrive in one piece?
Well, it's like that's where I'm like, oh, okay, now Trump's peace plan, like, I don't know. It's like, has it put that much international political pressure for there to be like an end to this before the flotilla arrives?
I saw this crazy post where somebody said, that Tony Blair was going to be assigned, like, being in charge of like this new Gaza entity that at first is going to be set up in Egypt, and then eventually is going to move over and physically be in Gaza.
Palestine is for Palestinians, and it is for them to decide what to do with their country, and that's it.
That
Tony Blair
Yeah.
can
fuck off.
fuck right off. Trump can fuck right off. Anybody who does not come from Palestine, nobody cares.
Damn. That. I mean, I totally agree with that. Like Sasha was saying earlier, I've just lost faith in the institutions of the world that are supposed to be upholding humanity.
And that's another example of imperialism. Like, let the saviors from England and the U.S. come bring a peace plan and let them organize it and outline it how they want. That is not their role.
Just
At
stop
all.
sending the fucking weapons.
Yes.
Stop sending the bombs.
So can you list the different entities that have disappointed you, the international entities? I know a lot of people have major issues with the United Nations. Are there others?
Yeah, the World Health Organization.
Okay.
Let's see.
World Central Kitchen.
Yeah.
They're in Gaza, but I think they have a lot more sway. And Jose Andres accepted an award. I forget which award.
He plays both sides.
From
how-
Biden, I think.
He was
on
like
his work.
He was hugging the president of Israel. Like, come on.
Yeah.
No. Like,
So World Central
Health-
Kitchen.
World Health
Central Kitchen.
World Central Kitchen.
The director dude.
Jose
yeah.
Andres. Yep. So them.
Okay.
Every other major country in the world. Everyone.
All the media institutions that I thought were like trustworthy.
Yale University just gave $1 million to Israel, something like that. So American universities, the entire world has failed Gaza. And I
The
think
Palestinian people.
the Palestinian people, thank you. And I think there's no way the world can ever come back from that. We failed.
Yeah, I don't even rely on institutions. I'm just like, it's literally the people. We are going to save each other. Mutual aid. Like, I've been helped so much by like this one mutual aid chat where it's like we literally just like, I have a couch, or I'm getting rid of cat food, or I just need like flea medication for my cat, like just little things to help each other out. And, you know, no money, no strings attached, just people helping people. No one else is going to save us. Except for Sasha Miller, who's running for District 5 County Board of Supervisor. She's going to save us.
Okay.
No, I'm going to bring common sense public health solutions to our everyday problems.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that there's, I don't know if it's an institution, but Doctors Without Borders.
I feel like they've been very outspoken, and the 2 founders of Doctors Without Borders got thrown out of Congress because they stood up and yelled something, and they were thrown out and arrested.
Yeah.
So I feel like Doctors Without Borders.
They're okay. They're
And
okay.
I forgot to bring this up, but your sister was out in Gaza and she returned. Can you tell us about that?
Allegedly, my sister.
Allegedly. Okay.
I'm kidding. I have to stop pretending like my identity's gonna. I've been trying because I don't want to be doxxed, but I'm like, I feel like if people really want to find out who I really am, they will. No, I'm very proud. I'd say that allegedly joking because of the fear of being doxxed, but I'm very proud to be her sister. She was in Gaza for a month doing a medical mission.
How'd she get there? Like just
She
just
volunteered
got
through.
there by herself? Or?
No, you
Okay.
can't. There's the World Health Organization has to approve all the delegates that go in and out. She went through an organization called GLIA. It's a Canadian organization. There's a few different organizations on the ground that bring in medical doctors. So she was trying for over a year to go because that's that's not her first time. She's volunteered in Lebanon, in Palestine, in the West Bank, in Lesbos, in Greece, helping the refugees that come off the boats. Being like the sister and like wanting to protect, like I forget that that's her activism is the medical missions. That's her bread and butter. She's been an ER nurse practitioner for more than a decade.
Wow. Was this her first time doing that kind of work in Gaza?
What kind of work? It's not her first medical mission.
Okay, that's what I meant.
No. She I was just listing off all the other ones. She's done it in other countries before.
Okay, sorry.
But I mean, this is I think definitely first time in a genocide zone.
Right.
It's insane, right? To just say that out loud. It's not a war zone. Can we stop using that fucking language? It's not a war zone. It's a genocide. I don't know. Is that the new terminology? Genocide zone?
It is now.
I don't know, because war zone is not. That implies 2 parties of equal stature going to war with each other. This is a full-on genocide zone. It's a concentration camp.
Was there ever a time where it was equal footing as a war?
No, it was
against-
never.
Between 2 countries?
No, sorry, I'm coming at you real strong. No, it's not. You got dudes wearing flip-flops. They're what some would call them a resistance faction. They're not an army. They don't have F-35 jets. That's not my personal opinion. That's just what some would call those people.
So did your sister have any stories to tell, or is it one of those things where is better off not said, or?
I think it's the things that she shares. It's because we're seeing everything that she's seen.
Okay.
But the things that she shares is just the thing that we don't see is
The BTS, the behind the scenes.
well, the resilience of the people, how strong they are. I think that's something that we forget, that she's brought back, and she talks about it all the time, and it's that's hope, because it's like, okay, like Palestinian people, like we love life, we love living, we love each other, we like eating an ice cream on the beach as much as anybody else, you know? Like, that's literally all we want. Just fucking leave us alone. Let us just like fucking put our toes in the sand, just like you do with your children. But that's like the big thing that, you know, how nice people were to her. They took care of her. Just seeing how strong they were is what the big takeaway of for me, of hearing her share everything. You know, she saw the most fucked up stuff.
Does she have plans to go back?
If she can, yeah, she would go back in a heartbeat. I don't know if they'll let her back in. There's a lot of people that were there that have tried to go back another time, but they were denied. There's a lot of medical personnel that have been denied entry.
What's the reason?
Because Israel's a fucking terrorist state.
Okay. So Israel controls that part too?
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't want, like, these are all people seeing war crimes. These are, like, at the end of the day, they're witnesses to what's going to, like, they could be probably brought to The Hague
As
for,
witnesses.
They will be.
yeah, like, so they don't want, I don't know how it works, dude. I don't know. These are things where I'm just like, I don't understand it. It's so insidious. I try to make sense of it, but it's just like, it hurts my brain, because this shouldn't happen at all. Like, this shouldn't be reality. So I don't know how to make sense of it. I don't know how it works. I wish I had answers, but yeah. And I'm not yelling at you. I'm just frustrated with the state of.
I'm not feeling the yelling.
Just
not at all.
frustrated.
But you are getting me to think about mental health, and are the things that you two do to help yourself stay healthy during this whole thing?
I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I mean, I have a really supportive family. I have a wonderful husband who watches my son every time I'm like, I need to leave for a few hours. I'll be back. Always watches him. I spend as much time as I can with my son, just holding him and realizing it's just because we're born here and not there. Everything could be happening to us. And I think my rage has turned, like, is fueling the fire. So the rage is just channeling now towards a different type of activism.
Got it. And you?
I work on my garden. I was shoveling dirt today. It's therapeutic, you know. That's the one thing that really does help me. I have not worked in the garden the last couple months, and I could tell how much I've struggled. But yeah, I've gotten back into it. And then with that, like, growing my own food as another form of resistance, not relying on institutions of grocery stores. And it's really hard to grow food, so it's a challenge in itself.
I tried during the pandemic and failed miserably.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're still in a pandemic, but 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So before we end, same question to you. Do you have like a call to action to people out there, or, you know, a message you'd like to, that you hope people get from your visit here?
I tell everybody, just keep talking about it. Because the more we talk about it, the more random people talk about Palestine. Like, I feel like that's what the empire doesn't want. They want us to be in our siloed lives, just stressed out about paying bills, freaked out about, you know, worried about all these other things. so that we'll be distracted. Just stay focused. Talk about Palestine whenever. Just like, hey, remember this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. This is really messed up. Because that will continue to put the popular pressure on everyone.
Yeah, we're coming up. What is it, like
2 years.
10 days will be 2 years?
Yeah.
Any plans for 10/7 or anything after that?
Yeah, there's actually a coalition here in San Diego that is putting on a rally and march on 10/5, 2:30 p.m. Rise Up for Gaza.
That's a Sunday?
It's a Sunday,
Okay.
yeah. It'll be at the Waterfront Park County
Okay.
Administration Building.
Right.
Come out, just come out, be with people.
We're going to try and do banner drops, a North County and a South County banner drop for the 7th, and just bring out like every banner we have.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so we're trying to get that together. We'll be at the 5th, too.
Okay, I'll see you there.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Is there anything that I didn't ask that you'd like to mention or talk about?
Zionism is a disease, free Palestine.
Okay.
Mic drop.
That's all I
Okay.
got.
All right.
Palestine, that's it.
Okay, thank you.